Hey guys, welcome back to another video. In today's video, we're going to be continuing to take a look at a scenario where what if civilization started over? We are now on episode 60 of this series. In the last episode, we saw some things happening, like a lot more non-nuclear high-rate bombs being developed, and there's a total of 1,128 of them. Also, Unitarianism spreading, like, there was a border here. This was the border. They made an agreement to fix it. Over here, they also made an agreement. Over here, the country of Victoria is now under Unitarianism. Also, Japan is now under China Unitaria. And Indonesia Unitaria has this country as the red Australian country. We saw some more meteors getting here, and we saw the downfall of Liberia. Oh, wait. Hold on, I need to make a description. I need to finish this description. Liberia is no more. After 59. Well, what's 59 minus 2? 59 minus 2. 57 episodes. Because meteor that hits Africa. There we go. There's the actual description. There we go. Alright, continuing. So, yeah. Also, now let's get back to the series. So, now that we saw this, there's an unknown force. An unknown invading force has appeared throughout the world, especially where the meteors have landed at. Like Australia is seeing this area of this force. India and the Blue Team and Burma are seeing it. Even the Australian nation right here is seeing it. Also, these African nations right here are seeing it. After Liberia has disappeared. So first off, we're going to be seeing the effect of some more non-nuclear high-radius bombs being developed. These two will go to 200, go from 210 to 420 non-nuclear high-radius bombs. And, these guys will go to 840. These guys go to 360. They will go to 360 non-nuclear high-radius bombs. So that's actually it. So now I need to update this. We need to update this number. Because this number is outdated now. Very outdated, actually. So how many is there now? Well, let's see. 420 plus 420 plus 8, 40 plus 360 plus 360. 2,400. That's a lot. Now, anyways, let's see what is happening with the world, especially over here. In the areas where meteors have hit. These forces are continuing their invasion. They continue their invasion over here. Now inching nearer to these two capital cities. And over here in the red team, these guys are very slow at their job because the red team is very advanced already, because they were the first civilization to appear. So they are highly advanced. They are also struggling in the blue team here, so that's the area where they are struggling. With Australia, however, they are not struggling. They are not struggling to invade Australia, as they will completely invade this area. So they will invade this area, and they are getting very close to their capital city that's in Tasmania. So yeah, so over here in the pink country, they will just completely occupy this land. The red team is sending support, so they are slowed down a bit. But that's about it for that area. Now let's look at something that happens. So, you see that I'm selecting Florida, right? Well, that's because they did something pretty stupid. They invade into Greenland Unitaria. And immediately the military alliance gets activated by the Unitarians. So, Cascadia will be sending their forces straight into the Floridian nation, their previous ally. They will also, some Greenland's Unitarian forces are here to help them out because they aren't strong enough. They will also be invading into the Gold Mexican country, also their previous ally. Even Ohio is out for revenge. They'll be invading into Florida, immediately capturing this land. And they recapture the Bermuda from Florida. And they begin to take advantage of the distracted Florida over here. And they will be able to capture their previous land area back from Floridian hands. Over here in with Ecuador, we see them invading straight into Central America, taking advantage of their distraction because they are sending most of their forces up here. to the countries. As for the Venezuelans, they will actually be able to make great work invading into Florida right here. They will also be invading into Central America. Over here in over here we see the Unitarians push back, completely push out the Floridians, and they begin their invasion. They will invade into Florida, capturing a majority of land up here. Other Unitarian countries are sending support over to Canada and their allies and the others. Over here in Central America, Venezuelan forces are going around the border here to completely get this out of the way. Central America is not that strong. Then why aren't the non-nuclear high-radius bombs being used? Because they can't use them. The people would not be too happy about that. That's why they're not using them. But for Central America, they are getting absolutely destroyed in this war. So they begin to invade more and more into Central America. They will lead the operation, letting Venezuela focus on Florida because that's their main focus. So Central America is just getting absolutely invaded. The forces are getting very close to the capital city. Dangerously close. But they won't be able to get that way. They won't be able to get that far. But they are able to meet up with the border of Mexico, which is pretty dangerous. They also will go in and absolutely get rid of the non-nuclear high-radius bombs in here. They quickly will dismantle them. And they will quickly manage to capture all of this over here. They are able to capture all this land. And the forces are getting dangerously close to the capital. Very, very close. As we see the forces make complete dominance, navally and land militarily, encircle the capital, and the capital city will fall to Allied hands. Florida is not happy about this. They want to use their non-nuclear high-radius bombs, but they can't. They can't. They can't. As for, this, they will also send forces stationed here. Some more forces over here. Over here. Capturing more and more land. Eventually making sure that their border is safe. They will also send their forces over this way to capture all of this land over here. They capture all of their previous land. And then they will start to invade into the Caribbean islands over here. Getting dangerously close to the mainland. Sorry, there was a gnat, I think. But, now the Ecuadorians are now invading into Mexican territory. That's not good for Mexico. They are now facing a two-front war, which is not good. It is not good to have a two-front war. It's not good if you'd be in a two-front war in a world war. Just ask Germany in World War II. They will tell you that it's horrible. So once we're out of South America, their dominance will be... They'll be very mad about this. Over here with Cascadia and their forces in here, they'll completely cut off the Baja California. They will invade this Hawaii, capturing the island area. Over here, Japan Unitaria will invade into Mexican territory over here in Siberia, kicking them out of this area. So that's that. Now going back to this, they will go and take all of this right here. They quickly will go in and capture all of Baja California. They also will make more and more, they will put more forces over here. Their goal is not to capture the capital. Well, that's their main goal. Their goal right now is to get rid of any non-nuclear high-radius bombs in the country, which they do. They will quickly dismantle them, which makes Florida even mad, even angrier about this. They are angry at Mexico and saying, how could you let them dismantle them? And Mexico's like, we're in a two-front war, what do you expect? Even Ecuador is sending more and more forces up here to meet up with Cascadian forces in the Mexican country. They completely capture the Gulf of Mexico from them. They quickly will meet up. They will quickly go along the coast, the Spey. Cascadians will quickly make a move to encircle the capital city. hoping they will, and they also will keep invading into this area. Finally meeting up with Ecuadorian forces. Oh. Yeah, they will meet up with the Mexican force, with Ecuadorian forces, and they quickly will invade into this area. Mexico keeps going as they meet up with these forces, these forces over here. They begin to take more and more of this land. And eventually they will complete an encirclement of this area. And then they will begin to rapidly advance. Now they will complete full encirclement. Even the Cascadian forces will completely encircle the capital city. And the capital city will fall to Allied hands. Mexico is out of the war. The only country left in the war who started the war is Florida. Ohio is very close to the mainland of Florida. They will get so close. They are getting very, very dangerously close to the capital. But they don't get to go there. They will work with the Unitarians and Cascadians to hopefully dismantle all of the non-nuclear high-radius bombs in this area. The Cascadians are also focused over here. They will quickly send more troops into this area. As they go in and start to blitz towards this area. This is actually where the non-nuclear high-radius bombs are held in. So, the numbers where you see them that's where they're held in. They start to rapidly advance into this area, as well as invading over here. They take all of this land right here. Quebec and Ontario stay out of the war. It is a world war because the Unitarians are global, so. And for Venezuela, they will invade it into Hispaniola, capture the entire island. They invade Jamaica. They naval invade this area, and now they are in Cuba, right near Florida. This is very close to their capital city. As they invade into the Bahamas, they ride down and they make a naval landing into Floridian territory, into the mainland of the U.S. And the Unitarians are continuing to invade into this area. As we see their forces quickly meet with Cascadia, and they will begin to invade into this area over here. And they meet up with Ohioan forces, and they quickly will get rid of this area over here. Also, Cascadia will continue their invasion, now entering into Louisiana, what is now Louisiana. And they will also continue in here, in this area, and they will also meet up with Ohioan forces. I'm not sure if that's what you call people from Ohio. But, they will begin to rapidly advance in this area. Also, Ohio is still going into this area, as they will meet up with some more Cascadian forces. Now Florida is, now they're just in Florida. And Ohio is sending more forces into this area. And they are getting dangerously close to the capital, with these forces beginning to meet up. And they meet up with, Ohio meets up with Cascadian forces, Venezuelan forces. They quickly will manage to encircle the capital area of Florida, as they will begin to advance slowly but surely. Eventually, they encircle the capital of Florida. Several years have gone by, and eventually the capital falls. And then it's the end of World War V. Let's take a look at a peace treaty. I'll have to look at this area first, because that's where the main fighting was. And now, it's time. Mexico will be forced to get rid of theirs. So will Central America. And Florida is getting forced to get rid of them as well. Also, Quebec and Ontario will dismantle theirs, because they saw that they are not as good as they should be, and that eradicates this number, with it being gone. And in this area, now we can look at the actual peace deal of this war, So first off, let's go with Ohio, because they are the main victim here. They are a victim of Florida. They've gained back Bermuda. They gain a large number of provinces on the border, as well as their original area. Mexico will not be that punished. They won't be severely punished by war, but they will lose most of their land to Cascadia right here. Also, Cascadia will annex a majority of this land right here. And Canada Unitaria will annex just a bit of land here. They're also the closest to this, so they won't annex all of it. But they do annex the northern part of this. But Japan Unitaria annexes the rest. And now, let's look over here. So Florida. Also, I'm gonna get this peace deal here. So these guys get their land back over here. They get all of their old land back from Venezuela. Plus the islands. Plus these islands. They get them as now they get these islands over here. As for Ecuador, they don't get that much. They only push up to the Darien Gap. So that's that. Now I'll come back to this here in a second. I just gotta fill in the borders now. We just gotta fill in the borders. I don't know what that was. Now with this. Sorry if you can't hear me. So they get this. So they get their old land back. Yay. Also, a lot of new nations will be released. So yeah, this was a long war. That was an interesting war. Now for this area. This almost looks like the Mexican and American border in real life, almost. But it's not, because this is not the U.S. This is Cascadia. This is not our Mexico. This is my Mexico from this series. Also, they will be forced to get new governments and release tons of new nations. Right after I fill all this new land in from the war. God. That always happens. Why does that always happen? And we're done with Cascadia. Let's get Canada Unitaria real quick. There we go. And Ohio. They gained their old land. They gained their old lands back. So yeah, that's it. So that's the land gains of this war. Now let's look at some new nations. Yeah, I'm just gonna get a dark green nation. Yes, dark green. You can tell I'm running out of colors here. So we see that a new nation appears here in Hispaniola, Jamaica, and also over here in Cuba. This is Caribbean. That's what I'm gonna call it. That's the name of this nation, Caribbean. I think it fits well. As for Central America, they will be forced to release the country of Yucatan. Yeah, I'm gonna call this country the Yucatan. So that's the name of the country, Yucatan. After the region of Yucatan. Why does this almost look like Guatemala, this border? But yeah. This area is independent. Mexico will also be forced to release this area right here. They will give it to Yucatan. For this area right here, I'm gonna give it a bluish color. So they will be forced to release the Texan nation, as well as Florida, which will be forced to release Texas. This isn't the actual state of Texas. This is just what I'm giving it because it's in Texas. So that's where we get it. So yeah, we see a lot of new nations appearing in this world. As for this area as for Hawaii, they will be released as this pinkish nation. Yes, Hawaii is now a nation in this series, as well as part of this island. I'm gonna try and give them colors here. Also, Baja California will be released as an independent nation. Yeah, it's just gonna be called Baja California. That's the name. And that's it for Mexico. And Florida is still gonna be releasing nations. We're gonna see this teal nation. I hope this is not too similar. It's not. We see a new nation get released right here. This would be the country of Dakota. Yeah, it's in Dakota. This is where I'm gonna make it. That's what I'm gonna call it. And Florida will be forced to release a very big nation. They'll be forced to release the American country. I'm gonna call it like Georgia. This will be the country of Georgia, not the country of Georgia in our world or the state of. It's gonna be because it's in the state of, basically in the state of Georgia. That's why I'm calling it that. And Florida is reduced to just being Florida. In Florida. So, yeah, this was interesting. Also, there's 40 episodes until the finale of the series. Finale of this, this is only the first season. So yeah, there's the peace deal. Time for capital cities. Yay. So, Caribbean's capital will be over here, like in Hispaniola, because that's where they formed. For Yucatan, it's gonna be in the Yucatan. For Dakota, it's gonna be right here. As for Georgia, their capital will be right here. Also, this alliance here is dissolved. It's just dissolved. Because that was another deal in the peace treaty. And that's everything. I hope you guys enjoyed this episode. I'll see you guys in the next episode. Goodbye.